Hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. Today is Friday, the last day of the month of May. It's just gone by just like that, so we are hoping for a nice June and a nice summer coming up. My name is Betty Johnson, your host for today, and before any of you start wondering why, I'll just briefly mention it once again. I have broken my collarbone, so that is why I look a little strange here. But I'm on the mend, and I do want to say as it was a bike accident, so wear your helmets and take precautions, which I didn't do. On Fridays, we always want to thank our great sponsors who make the show possible. And we want to start off by thanking our premier sponsors. They include the City of Owatonna, along with Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County, and the United Way of Steele County. Our primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Coda Living Community and Park Place for senior living, as well as the Little Theater of Owatonna. And our interlude supporters include Abraham Consulting Technologies, Brenda Bednar Mortgage, Glenn Megger and Tim Thomas of the Brick Megger Funeral Home and the Midford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House and Clare Bridge of Owatonna, Carlson Branstad and Company, CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, along with Clancher and Sons Landscaping and Concrete. Some of our other interlude supporters also include Napa Auto Service, Owatonna Business Incubator, Pizza Ranch of Owatonna, Perfidium Financial, R&K Electric, Snap Fitness, the Steele County Historical Society, the Third Hand Incorporated Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. And as always, we are always looking for new supporters of the show. If you're a business and would like more information about becoming an underwriter of the program, please contact our producer, Leanne, at 390-5751 and help keep the Owatonna Today Show on the air. Or you can mail any contributions to the Owatonna Today at 1130 North Elm here in Owatonna. And we do have a very interesting show coming up for you. Coming up is, of course, the month of June is going to be the 4th Annual Band Festival, and Kim Cousins is going to be along to tell us all about that fun event, and then Stormy Traum from the Food Shelf, so please stay with us.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clare Bridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet of Horizon Eye Care Professionals. Eye care you can trust. We're proud supporters of Owatonna Today.
We are back. Our first guest this Friday morning is Kim Cousins, and he's going to tell us all about the Band Festival, the 4th Annual Band Festival in Owatonna, coming up in just a couple of weeks. Always so much fun and so enjoyable. And Kim, last year was my first year I was able to attend, and the crowds were amazing, and the bands were amazing. It's just a fun event. So thank you for spearheading that.
Well, it's my great pleasure. Thank you for having me here, Betty. It's fun to be able to talk about the band festival each year. It seems to grow a little bit more. We get a little bit better attendance, and it gains a little more notoriety, not only within our own community, but within the state of Minnesota. We're getting new bands again this year, and more of the big powerhouse bands are expressing an interest of coming to our festival, so we're excited about that.
One thing I am amazed about now, you have, for years there's been marching bands at parades and stuff, but this is a whole different thing going on. I mean, they have actual shows and performances. They don't just stand there and play several songs. They have a whole repertoire, and they, the dancers and everything that goes along with it. I was just so amazed.
Absolutely right. No, the shows are structured for a competitive marching circuit. So unlike the days of old where the high school band would go march in the local parade days, whatever it might be, this is their sports season, if you will. They go out and they have a well-prepared routine, very choreographed, as you've mentioned. There's the color guard, there's the percussion, there's brass, there's woodwinds. Sometimes there are other props associated, and it's a very intricate theme, and it's a very well thought out show. Very, very entertaining.
It is.
We have 3 different spots on the parade route where the spectators can go to see this. And that's the other thing. We want to make sure people know if you're going to go to the event, it's Saturday the 15th of June. We'd love to have you there. And there are 3 places that you should really be if you want to see every single band do their show. And I've got a little bit of a diagram right here. One of them is going to be up on Lincoln between University and Phelps. The other is going to be on Lincoln between School and Academy. Now, maybe a reference point, that first one between University and Phelps is in front of the Trinity Lutheran Church. Okay? And then the main area, if you really want to be in the hot spot, the judges area, is down at the intersection of Main Street and Elm. And you could be in any of those 3 areas, and you're going to see all of every single band show. If you're someplace other than that, and you're chanting, play, 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 they're not going to play. You'll hear the drum cadence as it goes by, but you'll miss the benefit of seeing the whole show. So please be in one of those 3 areas.
And what time does this start?
The actual start of the competition kicks off at 11 in the morning, but the patron event is at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's downtown in the judges area there. We really want to thank our patrons, the folks that say, you know what, we'd like to support the festival and come out and enjoy a nice brunch, to mingle with each other. They get reserved seats in the prime area, right in the bleachers there in the judges area. You couldn't get better seats if you wanted to. So we do want to thank our patrons for that. We want to thank our sponsors. There's so many local businesses that are very willing to support a great activity, and this is a win-win for the community. You know, being a former band director for 20 years, I know the work that the kids put in. I know the work that the parents put in to make this thing a success. And so here's an opportunity for an event to be wonderful and beneficial to students, wonderful and beneficial to our business community, and wonderful and beneficial opportunity to show off this beautiful town of Owatonna, Minnesota. So we're really excited.
Now, have you gone along the parade route and seen, because like I said, last year was my first year, and I live close to the 2 areas there.
Yes.
There were people out at 6:30 in the morning marking their spot. Chairs here, blankets there. By the time I got there at 9, I had to stand the whole time,
It's
which wasn't
absolutely
comfortable.
true. The night before, quite late in the evening, I'll go out and I'll mark each of those judges' zones with the measuring wheel and the spray paint to get the beginning and ending so it's accurate for the bands as they come through. And Betty, I tell you what, every one of those 3 zones already have chairs and blankets out the night before in some of their key spots. So you do want to make sure you get a spot. So far, we haven't had anybody that's not been able to get a spot, but they might be the 2nd or 3rd tier back. It's nice if you can get there. And I'll give you a hint. If you're able to sit on the right-hand side of the street, that's the side of the street that they play to. Now, it doesn't mean you won't enjoy the show from the other side, but you will really be the focus if you're on the right-hand side of the street. So if you can be on the right-hand side in these playing zones or the judges zone, you're going to really love it. I want to mention a couple things here.
Sure.
We've got Pete Callen again as our announcer in the judges zone. He does such a great job for us. And we've got Ray Lacina as our honorary parade marshal this year. Many people know Ray as a former band director and a music instructor here in Owatonna. He is just a heck of a nice guy, and he is excited to be our honorary parade marshal this year. So he and his wife Nancy will come through in the lead convertible and then come back and sit right there in the judges area in the front row.
Okay. Now, how many bands will there be this year?
We have 12 bands.
Is there a reason for that number?
There is. That's a great question to ask. We have partnered with the Waconia Band Festival again, and their festival is in the evening. What we want to make sure that we do is allow these top quality bands as many performances as possible. The competition season is very, very short for the summer circuit, and so by our partnering with them, we've given those bands a chance to compete in 2 festivals that day instead of just one. And so if we were to start any earlier, or if we were to run any later in the day, that would prohibit bands from being able to be at 2 festivals during that day. So we've limited our number to 12, 3 different classes. Class A is New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, Kirkhoven, Murdoch, Sunburg, Dover, Iota, and Lake City. Kind of interesting when you look at that. Class A, there's only one of those that's not a consolidated school district there.
And Lake City is always... it seems to be larger than NRHEG would be, but you go by population or sports classes, or how do you divide them into classes?
The judges determine this based on their criteria, which is the size of the high school, the number of people in the marching band program, and the experience of that marching band program. Double A is Winona Cotter, Richfield, Waseca, and Henry Sibley. And Triple A is Osseo, Waconia, 728 Cadets, which is the communities of Rogers, Elk River, and Zimmerman. and the 77 Lancers, which is the community of Mankato and the Mankato
Now, are they
area.
organized specifically for summer performance, aren't
Yes,
they?
most of, in fact, all of these are summer performance only ensembles.
Okay.
And then Owatonna will perform an exhibition at the end. You know, I also want to make sure that I really thank our major sponsors.
Oh, yes, by all means.
The Wenger Foundation, we couldn't do this festival without the help of our business community, without our patrons that come to our patron event. But our major sponsors, the Wenger Foundation, we named the festival after Harry Wenger because they really felt it was a great idea and they support us in a big way. But our other major sponsors are the Owatonna People's Press and Jostens. We're very excited to add Jostens as a major sponsor this year. What a perfect fit. I mean, Jostens is all about the school experience, aren't they? With caps and gowns and with rings and with announcements and all those sort of things. And so we just felt, again, Owatonna, Minnesota, what a perfect fit. Jostens was excited to be part of our festival this year, and they are one of our major sponsors.
Now, how many of these bands are going to be going on to Waconia?
That information I don't know.
No, okay.
But
Is Owatonna, do you know if they are?
Owatonna definitely does,
Okay.
yes. And I believe that probably up to half of these bands will go either there or to another competition in the evening. Just simply, again, because the season is so very, very short. These students usually start working, some of them as early as the month of March, putting these routines together and having organized practice and organized rehearsal. And then you get into the actual performance season and you've got 2 weeks in the month of June. Well, for heaven's sakes, you want to get as many competitions in as you possibly can. And so we are excited to be able to offer the opportunity for these directors and students to hit 2 quality events.
And like I was saying, I was amazed by, it's a theme and there's costumes that go along with the theme, the intricate music, the intricate choreography, everything is just so precise. And the larger schools, I guess I would expect that.
Yep.
You have the resources for it. But the smaller schools is what really impressed me the most. They were right in there. And that, of course,
They're
you get
wonderful.
to support smaller town. You've got the whole town behind you.
They are wonderful. I do want to make sure and thank my committee members. I have just an outstanding committee and a board that works very hard to make this festival a success. We are all volunteers, and that's the great tee up to the main comment I wanted to get out today.
Okay.
As the festival has grown, we need some more volunteers. And our volunteer coordinator is Michelle Rashavi. Her phone number is 456-5251. You could be a judge's assistant. You could be a band host. You might be helping with passing out water or food or programs or just helping to coordinate a wide variety of things. If you have an interest in spending a few hours helping to support our festival and you'd like to volunteer, please contact Michelle Rashavi, 456-5251. We're so excited to see you come out to the festival. We think it's, again, going to be a wonderful day. Ask everybody to pray for sunshine that day.
I was just going to say, rain or shine, yes.
It's rain or
Hopefully
shine.
by then that we will have some nice weather.
Thank you.
And thank you, Kim, for all your hard work because you've been involved all 4 years, haven't you?
It's been my pleasure.
Yes, so you've done a great job. We hope it can continue.
We do.
So get out there and enjoy the band festival. Again, it's what's the day?
It's
time?
Saturday, June the 15th, starting at 11 o'clock up on Lincoln, and the patron event starting at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Good. So hope to see many of you out there. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
We're going to take this one quick break, and when we come back, Stormy Trom is going to be along.
I'm Diane Wilson of Profinium Financial, the bank that helps you achieve your financial dreams. Profinium Financial is proud to be a supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hi, this is Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better. At Amy Swain Hearing Centers, we offer many different brands of hearing instruments because everyone has a different lifestyle. Let me, Dr. Amy Swain, help you find the best hearing device for your hearing needs at Amy Swain Hearing Centers of Owatonna, Austin, and Waseca. Call 1-800-804-3361 for an appointment today, or visit my website at www.amyswainhearingcenters.com, because you deserve to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
We are back. Our guest now on this Friday is Director of the Steele County Food Shelf, Stormy Traum. Thank you for joining us today, Stormy.
Thank you.
Always busy at the food shelf, aren't you? Unfortunately.
Yes,
I mean, that's something you don't really want to be busy at, but you do have a couple of events coming up, and one in particular we want to focus in on right away because it's tomorrow, right?
Right. Actually, Alina is having a community event where they're going to be packing up some food for us. And they're asking the community if you have some time to come out and help with that. And you can call them and find out how to be part of that. I know it's really short notice, but would love to have anyone that would like to help.
So packing up food in what respect?
They're making packages for us. It's just it's like a soup base that they're having that you can put together at this event, and they'll be delivering them to the food shelf then.
Okay, so it's just easy. You walk in and just pick it up, and it's all set to go.
Right.
Things like that. Now, where at the hospital are they going to be doing this?
Actually, it's Natalie. Do you have it on the sheet?
Yeah,
they have a spot there. You just need to call the hospital, and they'll direct you to the right people. I don't have all of that, but the first 50 volunteers that do come out, they're going to receive a free T-shirt for that.
Okay.
And just call
the kids could even do it.
Kids can do it. You can take your children out there.
Great experience for the kids to come along and do that.
Right.
Especially when so they still get an idea that there are kids that are hungry.
Well, yes. About 50% of everyone that we serve at the food shelf are children. So it's really important that everyone in our community keep active and make sure that everyone here is well fed. And it's nice to have kids have the opportunity to give back to the community as well.
And so they learn at a young age to see what's going on. And you start them young and they could give you back for many years to come.
Right.
And again, that is tomorrow beginning at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Out at the hospital, at the Illini.
Yep, and I will be right on site there. They'll have signage for you, and so.
And you're hoping to pack 100,000 healthy meals, but that's not just
for Steele County, but they're doing this
for other sites as well.
Right.
That'd be a great thing to do. That is tomorrow. And what else is going on?
What else is coming up? Actually, Channel 1 Food Bank in Rochester is going to have their outreach person stop in on Saturday, and we're going to be doing a survey. And it's going to be part of a national survey for Feeding America, and the results will come back. But they're going to be interviewing some of the people that use the Steele County Food Shelf. So this will be an interesting piece for us to have a better understanding of why there's hunger and it continues and the needs of individuals. So I'll be getting back to you with that information once the survey is completed.
Yeah, I guess how specific are they getting? Because we can probably guess and figure out why there is a need. What is it specifically that they need to know?
The demographics and the cities. I actually haven't been privy to the information what's going to be on the survey, and I'm actually not giving it. It's going to be a representative from our food bank in Rochester. But I'm pretty excited that we get to be part of that study, and we'll also be receiving some of the information back to share with our community for doing that.
Now, do you need volunteers for that? A certain number of people, or how? So you want to get the word out so people stop by and take part in that?
Right. It's going to be our clients that are the shoppers at the food shelf that will be interviewed. And no, they're not. It'll just be a walk-in, and they'll be asked to participate in that survey. So
I'm sure it's not going to take that long, though, either.
No. But it should be interesting. So.
Because lots of times you get those phone things, do you have time for a survey? Well, how long?
Right. Hopefully not.
So, But that is something that is vital, and I'm sure when a client of the food shelf knows that it's only going to help probably benefit them in the long run.
Right.
Definitely.
And we have to do these studies just so we can understand that. What can we do differently? How can we improve our services? But not only that, how can we, as a community and a nation, address hunger maybe in alternative ways to help people get beyond that need of they'll be able to take care of their own basic needs in life. So
plus, you have to do a lot of documentation, don't you? You have to answer to a lot of people.
Oh yes, we actually get funding from the United Way, Steele County. So we do an application with them every year and sit with a review committee. I'm sitting right now on a committee with Steele United Way, doing a study just for our community on hunger and issues, and not just hunger, but all of the reasons that keep people in poverty. Why is that? What's holding people back? For years we've been, having the food shelf and transitional and clothesline. Is there a better way of delivering our services to make a bigger impact? And so it's pretty exciting to be part of all of that, to say, let's come together, and we know the resources we have. How can we make this really affect the people that we serve?
What time of year is it when you see the most use in the food shelf?
Well, oddly enough, it's during the summer months.
Really?
Yes, and the only thing that we can...
well, kids are home from school.
Right.
Yeah, they're on school programs.
Right, that's the only thing that we can really see that's different. So we're seeing a lot of families during those summer months, so they're able to feed their children at home. They're not getting the free and reduced lunch programs. However, there is a summer program. I think you'll have to connect with Mark Krug over at the school to see where those feeding programs are this year. I think there's one over at Wilson, and I'm not sure of the other one. I think it's McKinley, but I would check. So that is other programs happening too in the community to help address hunger, but we still are seeing, that's when we're seeing the majority of the families' need is during those months.
Now, do you partner with other agencies? Are they in conjunction, like people who may use this service also use the food shelf? And
Oh, yes, we have a network of, our mission is to feed the hungry, so that is what we do. We have our food packages, and when people come to see us, we make sure that they're getting a 10-day, well-balanced nutritional package of food. But beyond that, if there's a crisis where people cannot provide for themselves with food, there are other issues as well. So
temporary?
Right. So we have a group of people from different organizations in our community that meet. We had the Project Community Connect earlier this year, where we all came together over at the Elks Club, and people could come in and see all the agencies that there are. And I think we probably had 35, 40 agencies within Steele County. So there's several services in our community, but sometimes it gets a little difficult to navigate them. So you can walk into any of your, into the food shelf, and we can help with that.
Now, the food shelf, are people there 6 months, a year, 2 years, or some people come all the time? Or what is the duration of the usage for like one family?
That's a little hard to pinpoint. We have some families that have been with us for a time because they're living with chronic conditions, as they're on a disability, or we have some seniors that are living on fixed incomes that are coming. But what we do try to do is help people when they need us, so we're there. And yes, most of the families don't come on a regular basis, but we do have those again. And that's part of the studies that I think they're doing, is what can we do differently to provide additional services for those that are seeming to be more chronic.
And what if they don't know if they qualify? How do they find out if they can get assistance?
Right. Crisis situation, you can be referred to us from Steele County Human Services or Salvation Army. Or
You need a referral?
We would like a referral. You need to be a resident of Steele County and provide me with a OPU or Owatonna Public Utility Bill or a lease agreement, and that's all what we require.
Yeah, some of the expenses to show that you're...
We sit down and we look at their expenses, and we also look at their income, and at that time can see if they qualify. We serve up to 200% of the poverty guidelines. So,
well, Stormy, now if someone wants more information, you can always use volunteers, I'm sure.
We always, yes. We had 52 families go through yesterday, so it was just nonstop unloading boxes, stocking shelves. So yes, if you're interested in volunteering, please give me a call at the food shelf. Number's posted on the screen, but it's 455-2991, and be happy to talk to you about volunteering. And also this summer, please plant a row for the garden. If it ever quits raining, we'd like to have we'd like to have you share some of your produce if you have a little extra.
Great idea.
We'd be happy to give it out.
Great idea.
So thank you.
Always want the fresh produce. So Stormy, thank you for stopping by with us, and again too, you keep us informed with the different programs coming on, because some point in time, if it's not us, we probably know someone who is in need of the food shelf, unfortunately, during these times. So glad to have you there doing such a great job.
Thank you so much.
So we are going to take this break, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the announcements and see what else is going on around the area. So stay with us.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake with Napa Auto Parts.
Napa has the know-how for all your automotive needs.
Napa is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know that it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids in your own home? Underage drinking leads to increased risk of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
We are back, and once again, we do want to pass along that if you are interested, you and your family, in helping pack
I'm
some
Jody
meals
Boyson with the
for the
staff
Steele
at
County
Fairview
Food
Animal
Shelf, be
Medicals.
sure to head out tomorrow to the hospital, and they need some help in packing those things up, and any age can help out. Also coming up, starting today through June 1st, it is the Smokin' in Steele County going on at the fairgrounds, and what a lot of fun entertainment and things going on. Lots of bands at the beer garden. It's $10 in advance and $8 at the door. And the other events that are going on is you can camp on site if you like. There's a Sunday breakfast, a 5K fun run, and an ACO cornhole tournament, 1/2K kids run, and there's also blues for kids and kids competition, hot rod garden tractor pull, antique tractor parade, helicopter rides, food vendors. Just head on out to the fairgrounds. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Lots of good food, good music, and lots of things going on. Also coming up will be the Owatonna Hospital, Illini Health Hospital. Is out 100 hospice out of 1,200 across the nation to receive hospice honors. And that is coming up. The annual honor recognizes agencies that continuously provide the highest level of satisfaction through their care as measured from the caregiver's point of view. And that is quite a feat for the hospice, Illini Hospice. And that is going to do it for this week. If it ever stops raining, we hope you can get out there with your family and enjoy the weekend as we start the month of June. And let's keep your fingers crossed for warm summer weather finally. Please join us on Monday as we'll have another great lineup of guests. For our producer, Leanne Alt, I'm Betty Johnson, and this has been the Owatonna Today Show. Thanks for joining us.